I mean, just so proud of this team tonight. And, we really talked about making this a special night for our seniors, and definitely need to thank our fans for showing up. I mean, that was electric tonight, and the energy could be felt throughout the entire evening, all the way to the last routine. And it really does make a difference to have our fans in there, and our athletes feel it, and it just heightens the whole experience of being down there and competing. I thought our vault rotation was awesome. Our vaults are getting bigger and bigger, and we're dialing in on those landings. That's exactly what we need to continue to do. And for Avery to just drop that 1.5, first time back in the Huntsman doing that, I think that really just did it. Sparked the rest of the evening for her. And bars, again, it's just been such a strong event for us all year. Some excellent improvements with our handstands and some of our finishes, and then beam. Overall, I just thought our team did a really good job over there. Changed up the lineup a little bit. Saw Anna back in there. And then, for Grace to finally get her 10, that was, couldn't ask for more on a senior night, but she has worked for that, and she deserves that, and just so excited that it happened tonight for her. And then to just come around on floor, final rotation, the energy was building. I did have to keep checking in with myself, like, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. We still got one more rotation to go here. But I just thought overall our team was really focused tonight. They were really determined. We came in here to win. I mean, that was our goal. We weren't afraid to talk about that this week. We weren't trying to just say, let's just go be our best. No, our goal was to come in and win tonight. And I really felt like they kept that focus all night, and were just determined to make that happen.
Carly, just walk me through how special Grace has been to this program, and to have her come back as a student coach next season, what does that mean for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, she's so humble with everything that she, has achieved in her life. And she's just so caring and compassionate. And to be able to have her come back and share her experiences, I mean, it's not like she had a super easy journey and every time she went out it was perfect. I mean, she has had to work for everything that she has gotten. And she's going to be able to share that with her team next year, and to be there, be there for those freshmen, be there for those seniors, and to really help our staff continue to improve and grow as well.
You've had complete nights this season, not as many as probably you'd say you'd want, but to be able to do that tonight, senior night against UCLA this late in the season, what does that say about kind of where you can be and kind of what your team is about?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight really showed, what this team is capable of, because this was a huge meet, number 4 versus number 5, an iconic meet, year after year. And for our team to be able to come in and focus on what our goal was and then to make it happen, I truly believe that is going to be a launching point for us for these next coming weeks that are so important. And it proved to them what they are capable of. Something we talked about is what is delayed is not denied. And that really kind of showed tonight, that exact quote.
With Avery, obviously you talked about her vault and just kind of starting the momentum. What have you seen from her over the last little bit that's allowed that? And do you kind of feel like, I don't want to call it a passing of baton, but I mean, you're seeing the next generation with her and kind of what she's able to do?
Definitely. And, I said to her last weekend, because I knew she'd be a little bit disappointed with, she wants to be a 9, 9, 5, 10 everywhere. And I said, this is your first, full meet back, doing the all-around, one step at a time. And I said, this is a great warm-up opportunity for you for next weekend, because it's going to be important you had this once before we go against UCLA. And it is exactly what you said. I mean, this is kind of the passing of the baton. Even just looking at the all-around scores, both with her and McKenna, those are massive all-around scores. So to have Grace graduate out as an all-arounder, and to know that the future is bright for many of these athletes on our team, it's really exciting.
What a special group of seniors, accomplished so much, and you've been around for all of it. So just take me through what these four women mean to you and this program.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we've all been through a lot through the past few years, but that's kind of what makes the journey special. And I think with these seniors, not only are they leaving their legacy as athletes, but they're going to continue to leave their legacy out in the community when they leave here. They're just such special women who are out giving back, already to various charity opportunities and wherever they can, and making a difference in people's lives. And their legacy is going to continue on as they leave here.
Obviously, getting Avery back in the all-around is a boost for you guys, but I'm curious, seeing her performance tonight, seeing her get back to what seems like tip-top shape, I mean, what does that do for this team heading into the postseason, Big 12 championship, and so forth?
I mean, I think for Avery tonight just showed her that she's back, and that she's ready for postseason. She's ready for the biggest meets that are yet to come. I think that was really important for her to be able to do that so that she felt ready for, Big 12 championships, regionals, and nationals.
Carly, the last few weeks, Cammie has had some issues on her beam routine, but tonight she looked like her old self. Can you just speak on the importance of having her just coming out and hitting that routine tonight?
Yeah, she, we talked this week because I printed off the Road to Nationals chart of where she started, which was like a 9.95, and kind of plateaued around, 9.875, 9.9, and then kind of took a dive for the past few weeks. And after Washington, I just was like, what's going on? This is where we started. There's where we at. Just kind of gave her a bit of a visual, and she's like, I know. And I'm like, you realize how good you are? And she's like, I think sometimes I lose how much a belief I have in myself. And so we just kind of talked through a little bit of that and reminded her of how exceptional she is. And routines like that, I mean, she can score 9.95 every time doing something like that. She has the difficulty, she has the execution, and sometimes they just need to be reminded, Sometimes they forget, they're human. You take a couple bad routines and you're like, oh, I don't think I can do it anymore. Just a little reminder of you can still do it, and that's what we talked about this week. So that was a really big moment for her to come back out and do that.
Not to ask you to keep talking wonderfully about Avery, McKenna, and Grace, but all season long you've talked about the depth of this team, and yet you have 3 all-arounders who are doing incredible gymnastics. Just what does it say about them and their ability to earn those spots?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think, and the depth really helped us earlier this year when we needed it, when Avery was out and we had people step in, and just, I mean, they're scoring 39.675 pluses at their competitions, and I think that absolutely talks about the depth of this program.
And then you might not be able to answer this one yet, but people want to know if Utah's going to put together a video of Grace's 10 with her parents crying like you did with Abby Paulson.
Oh, Michelle? We'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Carly, you talked after the Washington meet that you were just hoping for more from that meet in terms of effort and just team connectivity. What did you see from your team heading into this week and ultimately the lead up of tonight?
Yeah, after the Washington meet, I met with the seniors on our team and just kind of told them that, up to this point, I've expressed this in media, but we've done a lot of talking, and now it's time to actually put it into action. And leaned into the seniors to really kind of step up with their leadership. We don't have designated captains this year, and I think up until now it's worked out amazing. It's exactly what we needed. But at this point, we need our veterans, our most experienced gymnasts to step up and use their voice and instill confidence in our younger athletes and belief in our team, and that's exactly what they did this week.
How much do you think that this meet is going to, have that momentum and confidence as you guys head into Big 12s and into regionals?
I think that this is exactly what we needed. I mean, I think that there's been doubt every now and then, whether it was with the whole team or certain individuals, but in order for us to do what we're, on a mission to do, everybody needs to be bought in. Everyone needs to believe that we're capable of doing this. That's something I feel like we've been missing here at Utah with this program is deep belief that we're not just good, but we're great. We're good enough to win a national title. And I really think that this is going to help instill that belief moving forward.
All right, ladies, seniors, this is so exciting for you guys. Just take me through your emotions. I mean, Grace, a 10 on senior night. Now, I know you did announce you're returning, but just take me through the emotions tonight for the both of you.
I just feel really grateful to have had the opportunity to compete at a program like Utah Gymnastics. I mean, it's truly one of a kind, and anybody's lucky to experience something just as special as we all do. So I'm just grateful and blessed.
Awesome. Yeah, I think for me, I've just been trying to soak in every single moment. Like walking out, seeing all the red little lifesavers they looked like. Yeah. And I was just like, wow, nothing ever is going to compare to this. And I was trying not to think too hard about it because I didn't want to get emotional because we still had business to do. But yeah, I think I'm just feeling a lot of gratitude.
Grace, walk me through your 10 on beam. Obviously, it's your first 10 in that event. You know, it seemed like it was an emotional moment for you, your teammates, obviously being senior night. Walk me through what was going through your head when you noticed you got a 10 and just, and so forth.
I just felt really grateful. I've put in a lot of work the last 4 years and have really tried to build my confidence on that event. And so to finally see it all pay off was just really an amazing moment. And I just felt very grateful to have had gotten the 10 on senior night.
Avery, after all that's gone on this year, you were leading in the all-around competition until McKenna was on floor. What's it just mean to you to be able to be where you're at this year after everything that's gone on and knowing that you're competing against all those great gymnasts out there?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't think I would be here after my little incident. So I think last week wasn't my best, but I had to give myself a little grace. But, but just making sure that like I'm still putting myself in the place that I should be and just taking it each routine at a time. And today was, I feel like I showcased that to myself, that even though I had a little setback, I can still put my mind to it and still do the best that I can, and especially with a team that backs me up with everything.
Kind of following up on that, do you pay attention to how well you're doing and the scores that you're doing, or do you kind of try to block it out and not think about it?
I'd say it kind of depends. Normally at the end I try to figure out like what I would get as my online score, because I like to see if I'd be in personal best and stuff like that, and it was kind of me and my dad's thing in club. But I think now I've more transitioned to just the team, and so I was trying to calculate what Grace could get for our team to get like a 198 and be our team score for this season. So I think I've kind of transitioned to more like figuring out what our team score would be.
Grace, walk me through the decision to come back next year as a student coach. When did you make that decision, and why is it so special for you ultimately to come back as a coach here?
I feel like coaching has always been something that's been in the back of my mind, and who better to learn from than these amazing coaches here. I just feel like I'll learn so much, just wisdom, and yeah, I'm really excited. When I was offered the opportunity to come back a 6th year to coach, how could I say no?
Avery, I'm curious about your vault. You know, you stuck it. Did that help your confidence throughout the rest of the meet, knowing that you did come out on such a high note?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last week it kind of, I was pretty upset with myself because I know I could do better, but I had to, like I said, give myself grace that it was my first time back out competing vault. And I think me sticking that vault, especially since I didn't feel the most confident in my warm-ups, and then now I just kind of feel like, okay, I'm back to my old self. Like, I can do this, and I can get the scores that I'm wanting for my team.
For any of you guys, obviously, the emotions coming into this, you know, whether it be senior night or whether it be you playing or competing against UCLA, obviously they were going to be high. But then to be able to have that opening vault where it's a season best, to be able to just do what you guys did, how did that propel you to kind of get to a 198.1, the highest score that you've had this season?
I feel like the whole team just came in today very zoned in, very determined, and just like ready to get after it. We know our potential, we know what we can do, and so we just thought we'd put our best foot forward and go do what we know how to do.
Yeah, I would say that we've been really focused on like fine-tuning every single detail, and I could see that just in the warm-ups too. Like, we went out there from the start with confidence and just kind of carried that through all the way.
Grace and Jaylene, obviously you've been in this arena for a lot of meets, a lot of loud meets. Is this the loudest one that you've been a part of?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
by
so.
far.
Speaking of all the meets that you guys have been a part of, without getting emotional, what are some of your favorite memories that you guys can point back to that you'll just never forget?
Ooh, that's hard.
I feel like there's just so many little things that through the years you just look back and you're like, wow, that was such a special moment. Every win in the Huntsman, every stuck landing, every little celebration. I mean, they're all just so special in their own ways. You can't really pick one.
Yeah, I feel like just the celebrations like with the team is something that's unmatched, and then getting the photos back and seeing all the faces and stuff. It just are like truly every moment, like Grace said, is a special thing, especially in the Huntsman when you feel every single crowd, like everyone is there for you and everyone's cheering for you. And I don't know, I don't think I can think of one specific moment because it's all been amazing.
For all three of you guys, obviously after the Washington meet, Carly said that she was hoping for more from that meet. It seems like you guys got back in your groove tonight. What was the focus heading into this week's meet, and just what areas of improvement do you guys see from that Washington meet?
I think we've been talking a lot about like pure confidence and like going in knowing that all the training we're doing is leading us up to that moment, so having no doubts. So I think we've really talked about that this week as a team, just like being fully confident that we are good and we know we are good, so why not like leave it out, everything we have on the floor.
Avery, you got a sneak peek at Grace's 10. You were hopping up and down. I mean, kind of tell me like what went into that and just kind of your emotions before everybody else got to see that.
I mean, I like to live it through the girls, like, especially if it's not me scoring it, like, I'm still a part of the team, and so I want to be just excited as them. And, like, that was my first 10 that I've really seen on beam, and so it was, like, super special for me to see it and just so special for me to see it for Grace for senior night.
You guys have Big 12 championship next week. How much do you think that this massive 198 and this kind of bounce back meet after Washington, how do you think that's going to help you guys as you head into Big 12s next week?
I think it's just really helped build our confidence, seeing the hard work we're putting in the gym, and really those little details showing up. Sometimes it's hard, you can get discouraged because those little things won't show up right away, but everything's coming together, and I think it's the perfect timing for postseason.
Grace, Jordan stayed around to give you a hug after your 10. I mean, what does it mean to be able to have somebody like her she's your competitor, but she supports you as well in kind of your gymnastics?
Yeah, it was really sweet of her to come over and say hi and congratulations.
I have one more question. I just want to ask you guys, what is it that you love most about this group of women? Like, what is it that makes you guys the Red Rocks, the champions? I mean, soon to be. Just what makes you guys the group of women that you are?
I just feel like this team in general has a whole lot of heart. Like in everything they do for the teammates, every single day in practice, we have a whole lot of heart, and everyone is super hardworking. We all have kind of like narrowed down to one goal, and like we truly believe in one another, and I think that shows.
I also think just the sisterhood we have here through all the ups and downs, you know, that no matter what, these girls will have your backs, and they just want the best for you and will do anything to help you get there and reach your full potential, which is truly so special.
Wow. Me too. What makes it so special?
I mean, coming in as a freshman, it's like my first year, and every single one of these girls has just taken me under their wing and kind of just taught me the ways of being a Red Rock, and it truly is just so special that I've never really felt a sisterhood like this. And I came from a club gym that we were pretty close, but it's nothing compared to being a Red Rock, and just the amount of love that they show for you every single day in and out of the gym. When we're at houses just hanging out, like the invites to everything, there's no like sisterhood like it, and for me coming as a freshman, it truly is special, and especially coming with these seniors and just showing me the way.